in right now because our older men are not showing our younger men how to be godly men. And I think that's happening with our women too. Our older women are not showing our young women how to be godly women. So this is something that we need to come together and be about it, be about our Father's business. You know, that's the first thing Jesus ever said in the Bible, man. When they said, "Where have you been?" He said, "I'm about my Father. I've been about my Father's business." We need to be like Christ. That was one of my favorite things that Paul ever said. He said, "In all that you do, be like Christ." So let's be about our Father's business. On Friday nights, come on in, Greg. He's all, oh. On Friday nights, we have a Bible study in the back. It was huge. It got small. It's going to get big again. I believe this. You know what it takes for it to have 100 people there? 100 people to show up. So come on out, bring a friend. Be about, this is a great Bible study on how to be right with God in your recovery and in everyday life. We have some other stuff going on. I want to throw out something else out here real quick. So Tucson Teen Challenge, along with Bikers for Christ, Full Throttle, Cruising Christians, and Redeem Riders. I don't know if you heard of those guys right there. We partnered up with Teen Challenge for a bug splat run. A bug splat run. So we will have a target on our bikes or on Greg's forehead, and we are to collect bugs. It's a competition. All our proceeds, we're gonna raise money. We're gonna have a good time, and we're gonna all do this all to help out Tucson Teen Challenge. And Larry's gonna be. So that's on. There you go. Oh, absolutely. Look at this. I have gifts. See, I told you I had gifts. It ain't even your first time here. Here you go. There you go. Here, I got one more here, and I'm gonna read from it. Then I'll give the other one away. Let me give it to you in a moment here. But so the time is going to be from 9 a.m. is when we're getting together. Last bike's out at 10, right? So kickstands up 9. Last bike's out at 10. It's good. Yeah, because I can't remember. Where? Oh, 8. Oh, okay. Nice. So we're gonna collect some bugs. We have a big old bug collection. Huh? I think someone wants to go on the bike with Papa. So, bless you. Oh, bicycles. Do you see this? Hey, who's been coming here for a minute? Like, who's been here like past Christmas of last year? This church, I'm going to tell you, man, like, I'm not even going to put it on. Oh, look at this. More showing up. Thank you, Lord. We have partnered up with the Salvation Army. They do this. It's the Salvation Armies, right? Well, we always partner up with Renegade. But we've taken it upon ourselves. One day, we were going on this toy run. And we brought our toys. I think we both had teddy bears. But we stopped by here real quick. And Pastor Mark was preaching. I don't know where Larry is. I think he was out of town at the time. And I came in and we said, hey, we're getting ready to take off on this. And Mark gave me a minute to speak. And I said, look, we bought up a couple teddy bears, and I think we bought one bicycle also. And it was like $10 each. I said, you know what? We're going to take off. If you guys could just maybe if y'all want to throw in a couple dollars, maybe we could buy a couple more real quick. They're like $30 a piece. We took off that day, and I think we bought 8 bikes that day. Yeah, we had them all shoved in her Optima. She had a Kia Optima, and we had them in the trunk. We had a baby sitting there with bikes beside it, and it was crazy. And the second year we did it, got a little more. The second year we were at about 50. I know how many we have. It was your truck that we used to transport them in. Yeah, it was riding like this. So we're going down the road. I was behind him. I'm like, oh my God, we're gonna lose one of these. And we came back, and I remember storing them in the back, and I was like, oh my God, God is so good. And then the next year came, which was last year, and we raised enough to get about 100 bikes, but we didn't just buy bicycles. We said, well, not everybody's riding bikes, so we bought some dolls and stuff. It was basically we bought all of their bikes. They didn't have any more bikes, so I think they had like 3, and I felt bad. I was like, the Hells Angels want to buy bikes too. We'll let them. They do. Hey, Hells Angels, they do it also. They went to a Walmart and bought up all the bikes in Fresno, California. Bought them all, like 1,000 bikes. It was crazy. Bad bikers, bad Hells Angels. Where was it? In Seattle, they do it too. Well, we do this here, and last year we shown up and we had a truck full. We had a flatbed trailer loaded this high with bikes and toys, and I think we can do it again. So starting now, if we want, not right now, but like starting next week. If you want to be in on this, if you want to help with this, we're going to start raising the money now because Christmas is right around the corner. You know, we go from 100 degrees to Christmas overnight. So, and it's 95 today, so we're really close. It's, I'm just serious. 3 days, man. We're 3 days away from September. Then October, November, December. Yes, ma'am. So we can go buy those. You can buy those, but we'll store them for you. Like I got a spot for them, but I'm gonna tell you a quick story. When I was a little kid, I was really small. I grew up very, very poor. I be like, when I say poor, I'm like we didn't have a Wii. We didn't have those video games. Wii was me and my 2 sisters. We was playing outside. That was our Wii system. Every present I got was a hand-me-down, and I was okay with that because I didn't know any different. Like that was okay with me. But I remember my mom telling me, I just want a bicycle. I want a bicycle so bad. I was living in Texas, and if you had you know what, you either rode a horse or a bicycle. In my neighborhood, we rode bicycles. It wasn't even that cool to have a horse. But I asked my mom, I said, I just want a bicycle. I want a bicycle. And she said, I want me to get you a bicycle. Well, times were tight. My mom, my father was a coward, took off before I was born. And so my mom played both roles and raised 3 kids and did a great job, did an amazing job. She raised 2 awesome daughters and an okay son. And, but times were tight, you know, and it was either presents or food. I didn't skip a lot of meals, so, but I remember her telling me, she said, Tracy, I don't know if you're gonna be able to get you that bicycle. And I cried so much because I just wanted this bicycle, and I was a little kid and I just didn't understand. You know, I explain this to Jonah all the time when he wants something. I'm like, well, that costs money. He's all, I'm all, do you have money? He says, no, but you have money. I'm all, he says, that much. I'm all, but, so, I remember like just bawling, man. But Christmas came, and I came around the corner, and I got up really early because I was going to try to catch Santa Claus and tell him, "Look, you broke son of a gun, you better give me a present." There was a bicycle there, and I remember it so well. It was a Huffy with a banana seat, big old ape hangers on it. Dude, it had a little in the spoke and a clown horn, you know what I mean? Yeah, and I just remember like, I was king of the world. Over the last 3 years, we've brought that to probably 130, 140 kids in Tucson, and I think that we can do it again this year too. So it was all because of that dream that I had of having a bicycle. Now I ride a motorcycle, and my mom's probably going back and going, man, I should have bought him something else, a Tonka truck or something. You know, maybe it had a good job, yeah. But so if you want to be a part of that, get with me, get with Ken, get with Bobby, get with my wife. We'll get together and we'll raise that money, and we're gonna really get over here with Jennifer, like really be a part of this community. we can change lives, and we continue to change lives, and I thank you all for letting me share with that. So we also, there's a blessing of the bikes coming up at another church. I'm not encouraging you to go to any of the other churches, but if you got a bike, go get it blessed by all means on October 9th at CFF, Christian Faith Fellowship. They're doing another blessing of the bikers, and they're amazing. They're a great time. We always have a good time when we go there. And all churches are welcome. Kids are welcome. They do jumping castles and stuff. So we have a good time. So can we go to work now? Can we? I've been going to work. Someone said, please stop. As you know, like Larry got sick today. And so I'm going to preach his message, and I didn't get a whole lot of time to study it. Ken was talking to me, but that doesn't matter because this is just, it's the Word of God, and it speaks for itself. And so I used up a whole lot of time on announcements so I could do this really fast, right? See, the people would say, oh, man, he planned it. You caught that. Did you catch it? I was doing that because I spend about, my wife will tell you, I spend about 20 hours a week when I'm doing a sermon to prepare for it. So I did this in about 20 minutes. So like read it, what I was going over. But as I read this, I thought to myself, man, I would have called this something else. I would have called it KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. Right? Keep it simple, silly. So that's what I would do, because us as Americans, we spend so much time trying to complicate things. And see, Paul, I remember that there's a scripture where he says, he's like, I'm just going to talk to you in a layman's tongue. I could come at you with fancy words, and I come up with you all this, but what good is that going to do? So when Paul's writing to the Romans in here, he keeps it real simple. But before we get into that, let me tell you, if it's your first time here, what's underlined, italicized, not highlighted but bolded, those are your words. The other's my words. Say it really loud. We're going to get through this. And there's no real football games on today, so it doesn't really matter. And from what I understand, so my boy Romo's out again. Romo's back in the hospital. I get used to it. Hey, I'm used to disappointment. I'm a Cowboys fan. Man, I got somebody already laid hands on him. Don't you see? It was. Wish they'd do that to Colin Kaepernick. I wish they'd do that to Kaepernick, you know. It's sad. So we're going to tell it like it is. Out of Psalm that says, "Oh Lord, you have examined my heart, and you know everything about me." So he knows everything about you. He knows your mind. He knows everything you're thinking about. He knows the sins that you have done and the sins that you're going to go through. He says, you know when I sit down or stand up. You know my thoughts even when I'm far away. You see me when I travel and when I rest at home. You know everything I do. You know what I'm going to say even before I say it, Lord. You go before me and you follow me. You place your hand of blessing on my head. See, John's getting ready to take off and go there, but the Lord's already there, and he's like, I got this. I'm making a way for you. It says, it goes, even before I say it, Lord, you go before me and follow me. You place your hand of blessing on me. Such knowledge is too wonderful for me, too great for me to understand. I can never escape from your spirit. I can never get away from your presence. Man, I can't hide from you. There's a song by a band called the Rush of Fools. It says, I can't get away. I don't know if you know this song. He's can't get away, can't get away. Right? But he's like, the whole song is about no matter what I'm trying to do, when I'm in my sin even, I'm trying to get away from you, but you follow me, Lord. And it says, I keep running back to you in this song. And I think this is what King David here is saying. He's like, you know what? I know I'm a wreck. I know I'm a mess at times. He's like, but you know everything that I've done. You put this all before me, and you went ahead of me, and you made my crooked way straight. He's there for us. And he said, man, I can't get away from you. There's a story in the Bible when Jesus talking to the disciples said, are you going to leave too? He says, where will we go? It's just you. I long for you. I need you. You quench my thirst. When I'm hungry, you feed me. I can't get away from you. I know that we all go through this. If y'all don't mind, I'm not going to get into this right here because I didn't really study it. And you know what? Larry can do a better job at his sermon than I can. Can I just talk to you about Jesus today? Is that okay? Can I just talk with y'all about Jesus? You know, because we can't get away from him. No matter where we go, we can't get away from him. When we look into the eyes of children, we see he is so apparent in everything around us. I know when I'm riding down the road and I think of, everybody, most of y'all who have been here, if you been coming here, y'all know I saw something really tragic a couple weeks ago, a really bad accident. And I think, man, that could have been me, but God had another plan for me. It could have been any one of us, but God had another plan for us. So if it's okay, I'm going to preach right on what I first already read. Is that okay? Can I just do that? Because I want to read this a couple times more. I'm feeling convicted by everything it says. It says, oh Lord, you have examined my heart. And I have bad stuff in my heart at times. Raise your hand if you got some bad stuff going on at times. Man, good, I'm not the only sinner in this room. Because I was worried about that for a second. Man, because if you knew what goes on in my head and in my heart, you wouldn't let me preach to you. I promise you that. But don't feel so uppity. Because if I knew what was going on in your head and your heart, I probably wouldn't want to preach to you. I would probably think you were as lost as me at times. Because maybe we are lost. So often we get lost, right? But it says, oh Lord, you have examined my heart and you know everything about me. You know my secrets. You know when I look over and I see a girl and I take that double look at her. Not that I'm going to do anything with it, but you know the sin that dwells within me. You didn't put it there. I put it there. I'm responsible for that, right? We discussed that last week, that God does not cause the sin that we have on us. And he doesn't cause the pain that we're going through, right? He doesn't cause, like we talked about cancer. We talked about my friend's daughter that has cancer, or about little Denver who got ran over and died. Because we saw mom right here next week. We're dedicating her other little baby. She couldn't make it today. She's way, way far away. She didn't have a ride. So come back next week. It's going to be great. I promise you that. I promise you that. So we know that God doesn't cause this, but he's going to use it, right? He's going to use our wreck and make a reclamation out of it, right? He's going to use these tests and give us a testimony. We know this because we see it every day when it happens. So it's you know when I sit down or stand up. Why do you think that is? I'll tell you why, because he's paying attention to us. Who has kids in here? If you got a kid, put your hand up. You remember when your kid was small? I'm going to play it out for you right now. I'm going to play it out for you. He stood up. We seen that, though. We noticed that, right? And the steps. And God says, you're my child. And I love you so much that I take knowledge when you stand up or when you sit down. When you are working for me or when you're working for yourself. I noticed this. I'm not going to lose Larry's glasses. I promise this. Because he's blind as I am. So you know when I sit down and when I stand up, you know my thoughts. Even when I'm far away. Do you think we can be far away from God? Oh, you never get far away from him. We think we are, man, God abandoned me. He left me here in my destruction. Where is he? Where's God now? We try to get away from him. Sorry about my heavy breathing. I feel God coming on me right now. And he taps me on the shoulder. He says, oh, son, I love you. I'm right here. I will never leave you or forsake you. I will be with you even to the end of time. I promise you, no matter what you're going through, son, even when I have to discipline you, I'm with you. Even when I let you have to go to prison for a while, I'm not going to leave you there. I'm going to go with you. And we're going to prepare something. Son, trust me. The Bible says that we would not even, feed our kids a stone instead of bread. So how much would our Father do, our real Heavenly Father do for us? He says, man, you know my thoughts even when I'm far away. When I'm running from you, he's a sprinter. And he'll catch you. And he'll let you go. He'll let you think you're on your own if you want to be on your own. But believe me, even in the hell of my own destruction, he was still there to pull me out of it. Even when I didn't believe in him. Because just because I didn't believe in him didn't mean he didn't believe in me. Because he created me. And what does the shirt say? No junk. Man, he believes in us. When we don't believe in ourselves, we get tied up in what we think. See, that's where our problems are, is in our heads. We get caught up in our own heads. We talk about in the program our stinking thinking. I'll tell you what, it's easy for us to talk us out of doing something, right? Oh, I don't deserve that job. My wife had to listen to me for 10 weeks as I sat in Connecticut saying, I want to come home because I'm going to fail at this. I'm horrible at this. And God said, I did not put in you a spirit of deception. I did not put a spirit of fear in you. I put a spirit of victor in you. Not Victor over there, but Victor. No, she was like, what? Oh, you know that guy. His last name's E, Victory. So, it says, you see me when I travel and when I rest at home. You know everything I do. You know the secrets. You know all the times that I help somebody, though, We think, man, God, Jesus. I'll be joking around with guys at work, and I got a buddy at work. His name's Mark. He'll call me out, and I go, what do you think Jesus would think about it? He's not a believer, but he does respect the fact that I am. And like, when we talk, and he's like, what do you think your Jesus would think about that? Oh, you're right, man. I should watch my lips. The Bible says, woe is me. I am a man with a sinful tongue. See, amen, right? And God doesn't just see the bad, but he sees the good too. And he sees us when we help someone out. And he sees us in our good thoughts, not just our bad. He sees it all. It isn't like he's all, look at what he's doing now. Look what he's doing now. Look what he's doing now. I don't believe that God ever goes and thinks in that way and goes, look what he's doing. I'm so upset with him. I think sometimes he goes, oh, man, I can't believe he's doing that. I know he's going to come back from that, but I hate the fact that he's going through that right now because I love him so much and we don't want to see our kids go through that, right? And I think that's how God feels. And I don't know, I could be way off. One day I'll ask him, because I'm going to go see him. And I'm going to take all y'all with me. Not today. I'm going to bomb or nothing. But we all going to go together. We're all going to be there. I, I always I throw something in there because I'm always waiting to catch it with that one that's just gonna mess Bobby up right there. That was the one right there. But it says, you see me when I travel, when I rest at home, you know everything I do. You know what I am going to say even before I say it, Lord. He's sitting there with Jesus, and he's like, oh, Jesus, I love you, man, but you can't hear this, what he's about to say. It's going to be great. No, but he knows what I'm going to say because he placed everything on me, right? He gave me everything that I am. And he sees the life that we're going through, and we don't surprise him. But sometimes I think we do break his heart a little bit. I think there's times when we do break his heart a little bit, and he's like, man, I really wish you wouldn't do that. Not because it's hurting me, but because it's hurting him. I don't want to see him go through all this. So maybe he probably shouldn't be doing that because it's going to be better off for him in the long run if he doesn't say these things, if he doesn't act this way, if he, it says that you go before me and follow me. I love that. Out of all of that, that really encompasses what God does. He goes before us and he follows us. What does that tell me? He is omnipresent. He is everywhere. He is the only thing that has the ability to go before you and after you. It's like the air, right? Except he controls the air. He controls the wind. He tells the wind to blow in what direction. And he does it all for us. Well, that and Emmy. God, I wish she was here for that. I'm glad she isn't throwing away. That get me beat up here at church, and that's just embarrassing. So it says, you go before me and you follow me. You place your hand of blessing on my head. Such knowledge is too wonderful for me, too great for me to understand. Have you ever tried to figure God out? No. What is he thinking? Lord, did you think that was going to help me? And he says, yes. You just don't see it now. You don't know that what you're going through right now is going to benefit you in the long run. I know you're hurting right now. But pain and sorrow only last for the night, because joy comes in the morning, his word says. So it only lasts for a moment. He says, you know what? I know you're going through it right now, and I know you're dealing with CPS right now. But believe me, this is going to strengthen you as a parent. This is going to strengthen you as an adult, and you're going to be able to teach somebody else because of what you're going through right now. But God, my daughter, my granddaughter is in and out of rehab so often that they left her name on the door. That's okay, because what she's doing now is going to set her up later for success. She's got to go through it now. But Lord, I was getting arrested all the time. Are you getting arrested now? Well, no, I got better, right? I set you up. I go before you because I know where you're going is dangerous. I go before you to make it okay. I know it's hard, but I'm going to make it safe for you. You may have to go through some pain, but you're going to survive this. And people in your life are going to be stronger and greater because of it. Man, I'm blind. But I am believing for better vision. So such knowledge is too wonderful for me, too great for me to understand. I can't understand what you're doing, Lord. But you know what? Psalm let me see, 91:2, Psalm 91:2 says, you are my Lord, and I trust you. It says such knowledge is too wonderful for me, too great for me to understand. but you are my God, and I trust you. I trust that what you're putting before me, I'm going to survive this. And if I don't, well, I get to go be with you. So either way, it's going to turn out all right. We lose anybody recently? Anybody here lose somebody? Tim is no longer with us. Do you know Tim? Anybody know Tim? Sit here on oxygen. He would sit here, right here. Before that, for years, he came, he would walk from a mile away, 2 miles, 3 miles sometimes. But you know what? He's with the Lord now, and things are better. So he trusted in the Lord. I got a call after church last Sunday. We were. I'm just kidding. You okay, Tasha? Oh, I feel you. I feel you. I'm sorry. And that we're going to overcome that too. I got a call. Tamara called me last Sunday night, and she confirmed that she found out that Tim had passed the day before. Tim ain't carrying oxygen anymore. It's clear air now. He's walking with strong legs now. He's got a healthy lungs now. Mama's good now. Right? Mama's good now. You know who ain't good? The people we didn't go to and tell about Jesus, who have passed on, who don't know. They're not good. It doesn't turn out well for them. None of that is good. There's no one, I'll tell you what, man, hell is full of people that thought they were doing the right thing. Hell is full of people because we, as a church, didn't go to them and say, you know what, let me tell you about our God. Such knowledge is too wonderful for me, too great for me to understand. I can never escape your spirit. I can never get away from your presence. I will run from you over and over and over again. And you will keep grabbing me by my shoulder and saying, Tracy, come back to me. I love you. He knows my name. Man, he knows my name, and he knows your name and your name and your name. Maybe not. No, I'm just kidding, because we don't know whether to call you Joey or Joseph. So it's just, so we're like, is it Joey? He knows. He knows. On Facebook is Joey, and my phone is Joseph. So it's like, I can't ever remember when I'm calling. I got to go, oh, no, it's not there. I go back to the other one. So everything hinges on our relationship with God. Right? You understand that. And we need to be out there for God, because if we're not out there for God, then we're out there for ourselves. And you know, I know it's scary at times, right? It's hard sometimes to really stand up and go, man, this person's going to judge me by what I say. But I would rather, dude, I would rather be judged by man than judged by God. Man, on a cross 2,000 years ago, cross 2,000 years